Africa, a name that conjures images of vast horizons, untamed wilderness, and the very origins of our species. It is a land where the first footsteps of humankind echoed across ancient soil, and where the story of life itself began to unfold. This continent is a tapestry of immense landscapes and ancient mysteries, stretching from the rugged peaks of its mountains to the endless plains below. Here, archaeologists have uncovered fossils that reveal the earliest chapters of our shared human journey, making Africa the true birthplace of humanity. Africa's diversity is simply breathtaking. From the sun-scorched dunes of the Sahara, where silence reigns, to the dense emerald canopies of the Congo rainforest, teeming with life, the continent offers a dramatic contrast at every turn. Its landscapes shift and transform, each more awe-inspiring than the last. The history of Africa is etched in stone, carved into ancient rocks and painted on cave walls. It is whispered by the wind as it sweeps across golden grasslands, and reflected in the eyes of the wildlife that roam freely, just as they have for millennia. Here, the world's longest river, the mighty Nile, carves its way through deserts and valleys. The Sahara, the largest hot desert on Earth, stretches endlessly, while the Serengeti hosts one of the most spectacular wildlife migrations on the planet, a breathtaking display of nature's rhythm and resilience. Along Africa's rivers and across its plains, ancient kingdoms once flourished. Their legacy endures in the ruins of grand cities, the towering monuments of Egypt, and the intricate art of cultures like Great Zimbabwe. These wonders continue to fascinate and inspire, connecting us to a distant past. On this journey, we'll stand in the shadow of colossal pyramids, marvel at the engineering genius of ancient peoples, and witness the thundering power of Victoria Falls. We'll follow the wildebeest as they brave crocodile-infested rivers, and feel the pulse of life that animates this extraordinary land. Each wonder, whether shaped by human hands or sculpted by the forces of nature, tells a unique part of Africa's incredible story. From the artistry of tribal sculptures to the dramatic cliffs of Table Mountain, every detail reveals a continent rich in culture, tradition, and natural beauty. Welcome to Africa, a continent of enduring majesty, infinite surprise, and boundless wonder. Here, every sunrise brings a new story, and every horizon promises adventure. Join us as we explore the cradle of wonder. In the vast expanse of Africa's northeast, a remarkable civilization blossomed along the banks of the Nile River, ancient Egypt. For thousands of years, this mighty river was the heartbeat of a kingdom that would shape the course of human history. The Nile's waters, winding through arid deserts and lush valleys, brought life to a land that would otherwise have been inhospitable. Each year, the river's annual floods arrived like clockwork, transforming barren sands into a patchwork of fertile fields. This natural miracle allowed the Egyptians to grow abundant crops, ensuring food security and prosperity. The rhythm of the Nile's rise and fall dictated the calendar, the festivals, and the very survival of the people. At the heart of this society stood the pharaohs, rulers believed to be living gods on earth. Their authority was absolute, and their word was law. They commanded armies, oversaw vast building projects, and were seen as the bridge between the gods and the people. Names like Tutankhamun, Ramesses, and Cleopatra have echoed through the ages, symbols of power, mystery, and sophistication. Their stories, preserved in golden masks and intricate hieroglyphs, continue to captivate the world. The Nile was more than just a river. It was Egypt's lifeline. It enabled farmers to irrigate their crops, merchants to transport goods, and communities to connect across great distances. Along its banks, bustling markets thrived, and ideas flowed as freely as the water itself. Egyptians became masters of engineering and agriculture, building monumental cities, temples, and tombs that still inspire awe today. Their innovations in irrigation and construction set new standards for the ancient world. Deeply spiritual, the Egyptians saw the natural world as a reflection of the divine. Their beliefs in gods, the afterlife, and the eternal soul inspired them to create some of history's most astonishing structures, monuments to both their faith and their quest for immortality. Today, the legacy of ancient Egypt endures, a testament to the enduring power of the Nile and the extraordinary civilization it nurtured. The river's story is inseparable from the story of Egypt itself, a reminder of how nature and humanity can shape each other across the ages. The pyramids of Giza are Egypt's most iconic achievement, colossal tombs built for eternity. The Great Pyramid of Khufu, once the tallest structure on Earth, was built from millions of stone blocks with astonishing precision. These were not just tombs, but spiritual engines designed to ensure the pharaoh's rebirth among the stars. Their construction required a vast, skilled workforce and remarkable organization. Far from slave labor, evidence shows these workers were respected and well cared for. The pyramids stand as humanity's quest to overcome mortality and leave a mark on time. They are Africa's enduring monuments to belief and ambition. The Egyptians' belief in the afterlife led to the art of mummification. To ensure the soul's journey, the body was preserved through a sacred 70-day process. Organs were removed and stored in canopic jars, while the heart remained for the final judgment. The body was dried with natron, anointed, and wrapped in linen, with amulets and spells for protection. The mummy was placed in decorated coffins, ready for eternity. This elaborate ritual reveals the Egyptians' profound commitment to conquering death. Beyond the ancient wonders of Egypt, Africa's marvels stretch far and wide, none more breathtaking than the Great Migration that sweeps across the Serengeti and Masai Mara. This is a land where the rhythm of life is dictated by the seasons, and survival depends on movement, instinct, and the delicate balance of nature. Each year, over 1 million wildebeest, accompanied by hundreds of thousands of zebra and gazelle, embark on an epic journey. Driven by the promise of fresh grass and life-giving water, these animals move as one, forming a living, breathing river that flows across the vast African plains. The migration is more than just a spectacle, it is a force that shapes the land itself. As hooves thunder across the savannah, dust rises in great clouds, and the earth is churned and renewed. This living river carves new paths, fertilizes the soil, and ensures the survival of countless species. Each species has a unique role in this grand procession. Wildebeest are the first to graze, cropping down the tall grasses and making way for others. Zebras follow close behind, their digestive systems able to handle the tougher stems left behind. Finally, the nimble gazelles arrive, feeding on the tender new shoots that spring up in the wake of the larger grazers. Together they maintain the delicate balance of the ecosystem, preventing overgrowth and encouraging new life. This cycle of grazing and regrowth not only sustains the herds, but also enriches the land, providing food and shelter for a dazzling array of wildlife. Predators and prey alike depend on this annual movement, their fates intertwined in a web of life. The migration is a living testament to nature's interconnectedness, where every animal, plant, and even the land itself plays a vital part in the ongoing story of survival. For Africa's predators, this is a season of abundance. Lions, cheetahs, and hyenas lie in wait, their survival tied to the movement of the herds. The migration offers opportunity, but also fierce competition. For the migrating herds, every river crossing is a test of courage and endurance. Crocodiles lurk beneath the surface, and the journey is fraught with peril. Only the strongest and luckiest will survive to see the lush grasslands on the other side. This is Africa's grandest wildlife spectacle, a breathtaking display of resilience, unity, and the eternal cycle of life on the savannah. The Great Migration is a perilous journey. Lions, cheetahs, and leopards stalk the herds, targeting the vulnerable. The most dramatic challenge is the river crossing, where thousands plunge into crocodile-infested waters. Chaos erupts as animals battle currents and predators, many lost to the river's dangers. Yet the instinct to move forward is irresistible. Survivors face exhaustion, hunger, and disease, while newborns must run within minutes to avoid predators. Only the strongest endure, completing the circle each year. The migration is a raw display of natural selection and resilience. It is a brutal, beautiful drama of life and death. In southern Africa, the Zambezi River plunges into a colossal chasm, Victoria Falls, the smoke that thunders. The roar can be heard for miles, and the spray creates a unique rainforest on the edge of the savanna. Rainbows dance in the mist, adding to the fall's ethereal beauty. The water splits into cataracts, zigzagging through ancient gorges carved by the river. Geologists see the falls as a living record of the Earth's slow transformation. To stand before Victoria Falls is to witness nature's raw, relentless power. It is a living wonder, ever-changing and awe-inspiring. The Sahara, the world's largest hot desert, stretches across northern Africa. Far from empty, it's a landscape of dunes, mountains, and surprising diversity. Towering sand seas shift with the wind, painted gold and red by sunrise and sunset. Life here is a triumph of adaptation. Fennec foxes, addax antelope, and deep-rooted acacias endure extremes. Nomadic peoples like the Tuareg navigate by stars, thriving in oases hidden among the sands. The Sahara is a place of silence, solitude, and resilience. Its history and culture are as rich as its landscapes are harsh. It is a wonder of endurance and adaptation. From the pyramids to the Serengeti, Victoria Falls to the Sahara, Africa's wonders are unmatched. Here, ancient history and wild nature unfold side by side. Each wonder reveals a different facet of Africa's character: ingenuity, endurance, and the deep bond between life and land. The continent's mysteries remain, promising discovery and inspiration. Africa's wonders are living, evolving, and endlessly captivating. To journey here is to witness the grand theater of life and connect with our planet's deep history. These are not just sights, but experiences that touch the soul. Africa's story continues to fascinate and inspire the world.
From the African plains to icy northern rivers, life is a constant contest for dominance and the next meal. The only law here is survival of the fittest. No rules, only consequences. Every clash, every hunt, every desperate struggle draws the line between life and death. Today, join me as we witness nature's most intense battles. Epic showdowns that shape destinies and dynasties. Prepare to experience the raw power, strategy, and spectacle of life at its most primal. Let us begin. On the African savanna, a legendary rivalry unfolds: lion versus spotted hyena. Lions, the so-called kings, command power and territory, but hyenas are no mere scavengers. They're skilled hunters with complex matriarchal clans. Their feud centers on food. A lioness's kill can be besieged by a dozen hyenas, who harass and test her resolve, seeking any weakness. But a male lion's arrival changes everything. His roar scatters hyenas, his fury unmatched. For hyenas, a direct clash with a male lion is often fatal, but in numbers, they can overwhelm even a small pride. The stakes are high, injuries can mean death, and both species actively hunt each other's young to eliminate rivals. This is not a simple tale of good versus evil, but a complex power struggle between two intelligent predators. Lions rely on brute force and ambush, hyenas on numbers, stamina, and teamwork. Each encounter's outcome depends on numbers, timing, and luck. Their perpetual war shapes the savanna, ensuring only the strongest and smartest survive. It's evolution in action, nature's engine, driving both species to adapt and endure. The savanna's balance depends on this rivalry, a cycle of theft, retribution, and survival. In this arena, there are no permanent victors, only survivors. Every battle is a test, every victory temporary. The struggle continues, shaping the destiny of Africa's wild. This is the eternal dance of lion and hyena. In the woodlands and plains, elephant bulls enter musth, a surge of testosterone turning them into aggressive titans. The prize access to females. Only the strongest proven in battle will mate. These are seismic confrontations. Two giants sizing each other up, ears flared, tension thick. Often, intimidation and mock charges settle the matter. But when equals meet, a true battle erupts. They clash with thunderous force, tusks locked, pushing and shoving in a contest of raw strength. A well-aimed tusk can inflict serious wounds. The risk of injury or death is real. Victory is declared when one bull flees, the winner trumpeting his dominance for all to hear. The victor earns the right to mate, passing on his genes to the next generation. The loser retreats, scarred but alive, waiting for another chance. These battles establish hierarchy, reduce future conflict, and ensure only the fittest breed. It's brutal, but vital for elephant society. Each clash is a chapter in the story of survival and selection. The scars of defeat and the triumph of victory shape the herd's future. In the world of elephants, dominance is everything. Only the strongest leave a legacy. Each year, over 1 million wildebeest cross the Serengeti, facing their deadliest challenge at the Mara River. Beneath the surface, Nile crocodiles wait, ancient predators, masters of ambush. The wildebeest hesitate at the water's edge, sensing danger, but the pressure of the herd drives them forward. When one leaps, the stampede begins, a chaotic rush into the river. This is the crocodile's moment. They explode from the water, intercepting prey with terrifying speed. Their jaws clamp down with immense force, dragging victims underwater. The infamous death roll follows, tearing flesh and ensuring a swift end. Soon more crocodiles join, turning a single kill into a frenzied feeding. For every wildebeest lost, hundreds make it across, exhausted, terrified, but alive. The river crossing is a brutal test, culling the weak and unlucky. It's a stark reminder. One creature's survival is another's opportunity. The river flows on, washing away the evidence, awaiting the next migration. This timeless drama is nature's way of balancing life and death. The survivors continue their journey, never looking back. For the crocodiles, the feast sustains them until next year. The cycle repeats, year after year. The Mara remains a stage for this epic struggle. On Indonesia's remote islands, Komodo dragons rule as apex predators. These giants, up to 10 feet long, fiercely defend territory for food and mates. Disputes are settled through ritualized combat, intimidation, hissing, and a reptilian war dance. If neither backs down, they rise on hind legs, wrestling and biting, each trying to throw the other down. Their thick hides offer some protection, but wounds can be fatal due to venom and infection. Victory means dominance, territory, and mating rights. Defeat means exile. These battles rarely end in death, but the risk is ever present. Only the strongest males pass on their genes, ensuring the species' survival. The winner claims the best territory and mates. The loser wanders, waiting for another chance. This harsh system has allowed Komodo dragons to thrive for millions of years. Their reign is maintained by strength and resilience. On these islands, only the fittest rule. In North America, the annual salmon run is a feast and a battleground for grizzly bears. Millions of salmon fight upstream, attracting bears desperate to fatten up for winter. The best fishing spots are limited, claimed by the largest, most dominant males. Hierarchy is enforced through intimidation, growls, stares, and displays of power. Most rivals back down, but when equals clash, violence erupts, roaring, swatting, and brief, brutal fights. Subordinate bears settle for scraps or less productive spots, avoiding conflict. Mothers with cubs fish on the periphery, teaching vital hunting skills while avoiding danger. Bears employ different fishing techniques, snorkeling, pinning, or catching leaping salmon mid-air. The salmon run is both a feast and a classroom, shaping the next generation. Every bear's survival depends on success here. The river is a stage for competition, learning, and survival. In this wild classroom, only the best adapted thrive. In the coral reef's vibrant world, the mantis shrimp is a tiny but formidable fighter. Smasher mantis shrimp wield spring-loaded clubs, striking with astonishing speed and force. Their blows create shockwaves, shattering even the armored shells of crabs. When a mantis shrimp targets a crab, it approaches cautiously, then unleashes a lightning-fast strike. The crab's defenses crumble under the assault, its shell shattered, its claws broken. The mantis shrimp delivers rapid blows, dismantling its prey with brutal efficiency. These appendages are so powerful they can even break aquarium glass. In the reef's arms race, the mantis shrimp's weapon is overwhelming force. Power comes in all shapes and colors. Here, it's a rainbow-hued crustacean with a punch like a bullet. The reef's balance depends on such unique adaptations. Every creature has its own strategy for survival. In this underwater arena, the mantis shrimp reigns supreme. Even the smallest can be the mightiest. Beneath our feet, ant colonies wage wars of staggering scale and strategy. These are organized campaigns for territory and resources, fought by armies of thousands. Patrols mark borders with chemical trails. Any intruder is met with instant aggression. Small skirmishes escalate. Chemical signals summon reinforcements, and soon, columns of ants clash in chaotic battle. Different species use different tactics, overwhelming numbers, powerful jaws, or chemical weapons like formic acid. The fighting is merciless. Mandibles lock, bodies pile up, and soldier ants break enemy lines. The ultimate goal, raid the enemy nest, kill the queen, and capture the brood as slaves. Victory means expansion and prosperity. Defeat means annihilation. These wars can last days, with waves of reinforcements and mounting casualties. The winning colony is the one with better strategy, numbers, and resilience. Even at this microscopic scale, the struggle for survival is total. In the ant world, war is life or death. As our journey ends, we're reminded that every creature, from elephant to ant, faces an unending struggle for survival. Each battle shapes evolution, resilience, and the balance of nature. These stories reveal the complexity and fragility of the wild, and our place within it. The natural world is full of epic dramas, each vital to the web of life.
Stretching across a vast portion of South America is a world unlike any other on Earth. This is the Amazon, a sprawling, seemingly endless expanse of green. It is not merely a forest, but a breathing, living entity, a colossal lung for our planet. Its scale is almost impossible to comprehend. A river system so immense it holds 1/5 of the world's fresh river water, and a canopy so dense that a falling raindrop can take 10 minutes to reach the forest floor. Here, life flourishes in every conceivable form, from the highest branches of the emergent trees to the darkest depths of its murky, life-giving waters. It is a symphony of sound, sight, and scent, a vibrant tapestry woven from millions of years of evolution. The air here is thick with humidity, heavy with the sweet perfume of orchids and the earthy aroma of damp soil and decaying leaves. Sunlight struggles to pierce the dense canopy, dappling the forest floor in a shifting mosaic of light and shadow. In this cathedral of nature, every leaf, every branch, and every creature plays a vital role. The constant hum of insects provides a steady rhythm, punctuated by the startling calls of distant birds and the rustle of unseen animals moving through the undergrowth. This is a world in perpetual motion, a place of constant creation and renewal, where the cycle of life and death unfolds in its most raw and beautiful form, untouched by the frantic pace of the human world. This incredible ecosystem is a global epicenter of biodiversity. Scientists estimate that it is home to 10% of all known species on our planet. Millions of insect species, tens of thousands of plants, and thousands of species of birds and mammals call this great forest their home. Many of these creatures are yet to be discovered, their secrets held close within the forest's deep embrace. The sheer variety is staggering, a testament to nature's boundless creativity. From the smallest, most iridescent beetle to the largest, most powerful predator, each has found its own unique way to survive and thrive in this complex and competitive environment. Our journey today, on the 6th of October 2025, will take us deep into the heart of this emerald ocean. We will move quietly, observing the daily lives of some of its most remarkable inhabitants. We will climb into the canopy, delve into the waters, and tread softly on the forest floor to witness the intricate dance of survival that plays out here every single day. This is not a story of high drama or vicious conflict, but one of quiet resilience, astonishing adaptation, and the serene, understated beauty of life itself. Let us begin our exploration of the Amazon's wild wonders. Deep within the dappled shadows of the forest floor, a magnificent hunter is on the move. This is the jaguar, the largest cat in the Americas, and the undisputed sovereign of this domain. Its beautiful coat, a canvas of golden tan fur adorned with intricate black rosettes, provides the perfect camouflage against the shifting light and shade of the undergrowth. It moves with a silent, deliberate grace, each paw placed with absolute precision. Unlike many other big cats, the jaguar is a solitary creature, a master of stealth and patience, relying on ambush rather than a prolonged chase to secure its meal. Its very presence shapes the behavior of every other animal in its territory. The jaguar is an incredibly powerful animal, pound for pound the strongest of all the big cats. This power is most evident in its astonishingly strong jaws, which are capable of delivering a bite force twice that of a lion. This allows it to employ a unique killing method among cats. It often pierces the skull of its prey directly between the ears, a swift and efficient technique. Its diet is remarkably varied, a reflection of its adaptability. It will hunt capybaras along the riverbanks, tapirs in the dense forest, and even caimans and large fish from the water. It is a true opportunist, perfectly suited to the abundance and diversity of the Amazon. The river is as much a part of the jaguar's territory as the land. It is an excellent swimmer, comfortable and confident in the water, often using the river corridors as highways to patrol its vast home range. It will lie in wait on an overhanging branch, patiently watching for an unsuspecting fish or a thirsty capybara to come within reach. This connection to the water sets it apart from many of its feline relatives and gives it a crucial advantage in this waterlogged world. This amphibious lifestyle makes it a truly versatile predator, capable of exploiting resources both on land and in the water with equal skill. For now, this male is simply patrolling the boundaries of his territory. He sniffs at a fallen log, leaving his own scent mark as a clear message to any potential rivals. There is no urgency in his movements, only a calm and confident awareness of his surroundings. He is the ghost of the forest, a creature of immense power and breathtaking beauty, often unseen but always present. His survival and that of his species is inextricably linked to the health and integrity of this vast, sprawling forest that he calls home. To see one is a rare privilege, a fleeting glimpse into the wild heart of the Amazon. High in the sun-drenched canopy, life moves at a decidedly different pace. Here, suspended upside down from a sturdy branch, we find one of the Amazon's most endearing and unusual residents, the three-toed sloth. It hangs effortlessly, its long, curved claws acting like natural grappling hooks, providing a secure grip. The sloth's world is an inverted one, a slow-motion ballet performed amongst the leaves. Its movements are famously deliberate and unhurried, a strategy designed not from laziness, but for survival. This slow pace makes it incredibly energy efficient and helps it to avoid attracting the attention of sharp-eyed predators like the harpy eagle. The sloth's entire biology is a masterclass in adaptation to a slow-paced, arboreal life. Its diet consists almost exclusively of leaves, which are low in nutrients and difficult to digest. To cope, it has a large, multi-chambered stomach and an exceptionally slow metabolic rate, one of the lowest of any non-hibernating mammal. A single meal can take up to a month to fully digest. Its very fur is a miniature ecosystem. Tiny grooves in each hair collect rainwater, encouraging the growth of algae, which gives the sloth a greenish tint, providing it with a remarkable camouflage amongst the foliage. Moths and beetles also live in its fur, completing this tiny, mobile world. Once a week, the sloth undertakes a perilous journey. It slowly, painstakingly descends from the safety of the canopy to the forest floor. This is the most vulnerable time in its life, as it is clumsy and awkward on the ground. It makes this journey for a single purpose, to defecate. The reason for this risky behavior is still a subject of scientific study, but one theory suggests it is part of a symbiotic relationship with the moths that live in its fur. The moths lay their eggs in the sloth's dung, and their offspring later fly up to colonize the sloth's coat, continuing the cycle. It is a small, strange, and wonderful example of the interconnectedness of life here. After its brief excursion, the sloth makes its slow ascent back into the canopy, returning to its world of leaves and light. It will spend the rest of its day doing what sloths do best, resting, eating, and moving with a calm and gentle purpose. It is a creature that has perfected the art of doing very little, a living embodiment of the peaceful, unhurried rhythm of the rainforest. Its unique lifestyle is a quiet reminder that, in the struggle for survival, sometimes the slowest and steadiest path is the one that leads to success. A flash of brilliant color streaks across the sky, a living jewel against the endless green of the canopy. This is the scarlet macaw, one of the most iconic and vibrant birds of the Amazon. Its plumage is a breathtaking spectacle of fiery red, brilliant yellow, and deep, iridescent blue. These magnificent birds are rarely seen alone. They are highly social creatures, often flying in pairs or large, boisterous family groups. Their loud, raucous calls echo through the forest, a distinctive part of the Amazon's daily soundtrack. They are the artists of the air, painting the sky with their vivid colors as they journey through the forest. Macaws form incredibly strong, lifelong pair bonds. A mated pair is almost inseparable, flying so close together that their wings nearly touch. They preen each other's feathers and communicate with a series of soft, affectionate calls. This bond is crucial for raising their young. They nest high up in the hollows of dead trees, a safe vantage point from which to watch for predators. The parents work together tirelessly, taking turns to incubate the eggs and then to forage for food for their hungry chicks. This cooperative parenting ensures that at least one parent is always on guard, protecting their precious offspring from snakes or monkeys. Their diet consists mainly of seeds, nuts, fruits, and berries. To deal with hard-shelled nuts and unripe fruits that other animals cannot eat, they are equipped with a large, powerful, hooked beak. This beak is an incredibly versatile tool, capable of cracking open the toughest of shells with remarkable precision. However, many of the seeds and unripe fruits they consume contain toxins. To counteract these poisons, the macaws engage in a fascinating behavior. They gather in large numbers at specific clay banks along the river, known as clay licks. Here they ingest the clay, which helps to neutralize the toxins and provides them with essential minerals. These clay licks become great social gatherings, a riot of color and sound as hundreds of macaws and parrots congregate. It is a vital part of their daily routine and a spectacular sight to behold. After getting their fill of clay, this pair will return to the canopy, their crops full, to feed their young or to continue their search for ripe fruit. The scarlet macaw is more than just a beautiful bird. It is a symbol of the wild, untamed spirit of the Amazon, a vibrant and intelligent creature that brings life and color to the great green forest. The Amazon River and its tributaries are a world unto themselves, a vast network of murky, sediment-rich waters that harbor strange and wonderful creatures. One of the most enigmatic is the Amazon River dolphin, known locally as the boto. Unlike its marine cousins, the boto is a creature of fresh water, perfectly adapted to this complex aquatic environment. It's famous for its remarkable coloration, which can range from a light grey to a striking, almost mythical shade of pink. This pink color becomes more prominent in adult males and can intensify when they are excited or surprised. The boto's anatomy is beautifully suited to navigating the cluttered and often shallow river channels. It has a long, slender snout, ideal for probing in the mud for crabs and small fish, and its neck vertebrae are unfused, allowing it to turn its head a full 90 degrees. This incredible flexibility lets it maneuver around submerged trees and tangled roots with ease. It uses sophisticated echolocation, emitting a series of clicks and whistles and interpreting the echoes to build a detailed sound map of its surroundings. In these dark and murky waters, where sight is of little use, sound is everything. These dolphins are generally solitary or live in small family groups of 2 to 4 individuals. They are curious and intelligent, often seen interacting playfully with one another. Unlike the highly social marine dolphins that form large pods, the boto's social structure is much looser, likely an adaptation to a habitat where food is more dispersed. They are most active during the early morning and late afternoon, spending their time hunting for the more than 40 different species of fish that make up their diet. They are a key predator in the river ecosystem, helping to maintain a healthy balance in fish populations. Local folklore is rich with stories about the boto. It is often described as a magical shapeshifter, an encantado, that can take human form and emerge from the river at night. These legends have afforded the dolphin a degree of protection from harm over the centuries. As it surfaces for a breath, a gentle puff of air breaking the water's surface, it seems to embody the mystery of the river itself. The pink river dolphin is a unique and captivating creature, a true spirit of the Amazon's enchanted waters, reminding us of the secrets that still lie hidden beneath the surface. The forest floor is a world of deep greens and earthy browns, but, if you look closely, you may spot a flash of brilliant color. It is a poison dart frog, a tiny amphibian really no bigger than a paperclip, yet one of the most visually stunning creatures in the rainforest. These frogs come in a dazzling array of colors: electric blue, vibrant yellow, fiery orange, and deep crimson. This vibrant display is not for beauty's sake, it is a warning. Known as aposematism, this coloring advertises to potential predators that this tiny morsel is not a meal but a mouthful of potent poison. The frog's toxicity is not something it produces itself. Instead, it cleverly acquires its chemical defenses from its diet. It feeds on specific species of ants, mites, and termites, and sequesters the toxins from these insects, concentrating them in glands within its skin. The level of toxicity varies greatly between different species of dart frog, with the golden poison frog being one of the most toxic animals on Earth. A single frog carries enough poison to be lethal to several humans. This powerful defense allows the frog to be active during the day, boldly hopping about the leaf litter while other amphibians remain hidden. Unlike many frogs that lay thousands of eggs and leave them to fate, poison dart frogs are surprisingly dedicated parents. After a male attracts a female with his buzzing call, she lays a small clutch of eggs, often on a leaf or in a damp hidden spot. The parental care that follows is remarkable. In many species, the male will guard the eggs, keeping them moist and protecting them from predators. Once the tadpoles hatch, they wriggle onto the male's back and he carries them one by one on a painstaking journey to a suitable nursery. This nursery is often a tiny pool of water collected in the cup of a bromeliad plant high up in the trees. It is a safe, predator-free environment for the tadpole to grow. In some species, the female will visit the nursery regularly, laying an unfertilized egg in the water to provide a source of food for her developing young. This complex and devoted parenting is a huge investment for such a small creature. The poison dart frog may be tiny, but it is a giant in terms of its survival strategies and its role as a vibrant, living jewel of the Amazon. Along the lush, grassy banks of the Amazon's rivers and lakes, a much larger, more serene creature can be found. This is the capybara, the world's largest rodent, an animal that honestly looks a bit like a giant guinea pig. An adult can weigh as much as a fully grown person. Despite their size, they are gentle, placid animals, spending their days grazing on grasses and aquatic plants. They are semi-aquatic, never straying far from the water, which serves as both a source of food and a vital refuge from predators. At the first sign of danger, such as a prowling jaguar, the entire group will plunge into the water with a splash. Capybaras are highly social animals, living in groups that can number from 10 to as many as 100 individuals during the dry season when they congregate around remaining water sources. These groups are typically led by a dominant male with several other males, females, and their young making up the rest of the herd. They communicate through a combination of scents and sounds, including barks, whistles, clicks, and purrs. Their social nature is one of their greatest assets. With many pairs of eyes and ears on alert, it is much harder for a predator to approach undetected. These gentle giants are so calm and approachable that they have earned the nickname nature's armchair. It is not uncommon to see other animals, such as birds and even small monkeys, perching on a capybara's back, using it as a convenient resting spot or a mobile feeding platform from which to pick off insects. The capybara seems entirely unbothered by these visitors, happy to coexist peacefully. This placid demeanor makes them a focal point of tranquility in the often bustling riverbank community, a quiet anchor in the landscape. As excellent swimmers, capybaras are are perfectly at home in the water. They have partially webbed feet, and their eyes, ears, and nostrils are positioned high on their heads, allowing them to see and breathe while keeping most of their bodies submerged, much like a hippopotamus. They can stay underwater for several minutes at a time, often using this ability to evade predators. At the end of a long day of grazing and socializing, the group will settle down to rest near the water's edge, their calm presence a soothing feature of the Amazonian twilight. In the slow-moving, murky waters of the Amazon swamps and oxbow lakes dwells a true giant. This is the green anaconda, the heaviest snake in the world. While other snakes may be longer, none can match the sheer bulk and power of a large female anaconda. She is a creature of mythic proportions, an apex predator perfectly designed for an aquatic life. Her eyes and nostrils are set on the top of her head, allowing her to lie in wait almost completely submerged, with only a small part of her head visible above the surface. Her skin, a dull olive green with large black blotches, provides superb camouflage in the dark, vegetative waters. The anaconda is not venomous. Instead, it is a constrictor, relying on its immense muscular strength to subdue its prey. It will lie motionless for hours, or even days, waiting for a suitable animal to come to the water's edge to drink. Capybaras, deer, caimans, and even jaguars are potential prey for a large adult. When a victim is within range, the snake strikes with incredible speed, seizing the animal in its jaws, which are lined with backward-facing teeth designed to hold on tight. It then immediately wraps its powerful coils around the prey, squeezing tighter with every breath the animal exhales, until blood flow to the brain is cut off. After consuming such a large meal, an anaconda may not need to eat again for weeks or even months. It will find a quiet, secluded spot to rest and digest its food, a slow process that requires a great deal of energy. These snakes are generally solitary, only seeking each other out during the mating season. When they do, it can result in a remarkable spectacle known as a breeding ball, where multiple smaller males will writhe around a single, much larger female, all competing for the chance to mate. The female will eventually give birth to live young dozens of miniature anacondas that are independent from the moment they are born. This colossal reptile is a master of its environment, a silent and patient hunter that sits at the very top of the aquatic food chain. Its sheer size and power command respect. It moves through the water with a slow, sinuous grace, a dark and powerful force of nature. The green anaconda is a symbol of the raw, untamed power that persists in the Amazon's hidden depths, a living testament to the scale and grandeur of life in this extraordinary part of the world. Our journey through the Amazon has offered but a brief glimpse into an infinitely complex world. We have seen the silent jaguar, the unhurried sloth, the vibrant macaw, and the mythical river dolphin. We have marveled at the tiny, toxic frog, the placid capybara, and the colossal anaconda. Each of these remarkable creatures, in its own unique way, tells a story of survival, adaptation, and resilience. They are the living threads in an immense and intricate tapestry of life, a web of connections so delicate and so vast that we are only just beginning to comprehend it. This great forest, with its towering trees and mighty rivers, is more than just a home for these animals. It is a critical component of our planet's health. It generates a significant portion of the world's oxygen, influences weather patterns across the globe, and holds an untold wealth of biodiversity. The serene beauty we have witnessed, the quiet rustle of leaves, the distant call of a bird, the gentle flow of the river, these things possess an intrinsic value. They are a source of wonder and inspiration, a reminder of the sheer magnificence of the natural world when left to flourish. The future of the jaguar, the sloth, and all the creatures we have met depends entirely on the future of this rainforest. Their survival is inextricably linked to the health of their home. Every tree, every river, and every acre of this forest is precious. To protect these animals, we must protect the ecosystem that sustains them. It is a responsibility that falls to all of us to ensure that this emerald ocean, this cradle of life, is preserved for generations to come, so they too can marvel at its wonders. As the sun sets over the Amazon, casting long shadows and painting the sky in fiery colors, the forest symphony changes. The daytime creatures settle down to rest, and a new cast of nocturnal animals begins to stir. The jungle never truly sleeps. It is a place of perpetual life, of endless discovery, and of profound, humbling beauty. It is an everlasting Eden that we have the privilege to share our planet with, and one that we must cherish and protect with all our will.
Across the sun-drenched African plains, a river of black and white surges forward, the Great Zebra Migration. This annual spectacle is one of nature's most awe-inspiring events, a testament to the resilience and instinctual drive of these magnificent creatures. Thousands of zebras, each with unique stripes, embark on an epic journey, driven by instinct and the search for fresh grazing and water. Their stripes, like fingerprints, are unique to each individual, serving as a natural camouflage against predators. The thunder of hooves echoes across the savannah, a testament to their determination. As they run, they kick up clouds of dust, creating a mesmerizing scene of movement and energy. This is no casual stroll, it's a marathon of survival fraught with peril. The terrain is unforgiving, and the journey is long and arduous, testing the limits of their endurance. Moving as one, their stripes create illusions that confuse predators. This collective movement is a defense mechanism, making it difficult for predators to single out an individual zebra. Every step is a calculation, every decision a matter of life and death. Their keen senses are always on high alert, scanning for any signs of danger. Treacherous river crossings and prowling predators test their endurance. The rivers are teeming with crocodiles, and the land is patrolled by lions, ever watchful for an opportunity. The migration follows the rains, carving ancient paths across the Serengeti and Masai Mara. These routes have been traveled for generations, guided by the promise of lush pastures and life-sustaining water. But what truly dictates this journey? The answer lies far beyond the plains, in the world's oceans. The ocean currents influence the weather patterns, which in turn dictate the availability of resources on land. The fate of these herds is tied to the silent, powerful currents of the sea. These currents drive the rains that nourish the plains, creating a delicate balance that sustains life in this harsh environment. The oceans are Earth's climate engine, shaping weather across continents. Beneath their surface, vast rivers of water flow, carrying heat and energy around the globe. These powerful currents and temperature shifts are invisible to the naked eye, yet their influence reaches every corner of our planet, from the icy poles to the sun-baked savannas of Africa. Subtle changes in sea temperatures, like El Niño and La Niña, unleash global chain reactions. These phenomena may begin thousands of miles away in the Pacific, but their effects ripple outward, altering wind patterns, rainfall, and even the timing of the seasons. What starts as a slight warming or cooling of ocean water can set off a cascade of events that impact weather systems across the world. A few degrees difference in the Pacific can trigger floods or droughts thousands of miles away. In some regions, rivers overflow and landscapes are transformed into wetlands. In others, the rains fail to arrive, and the earth cracks under the relentless sun. These dramatic shifts can happen with little warning, leaving communities and wildlife struggling to adapt. Ocean currents, such as the Agulhas off Africa's coast, transport warmth and moisture inland. These mighty flows act as conveyor belts, delivering life-giving rains to the heart of the continent. Without them, the land would be far drier, and the delicate balance of life would be thrown into chaos. Any shift in these currents can disrupt the delicate balance that savanna life depends on. The difference between a thriving grassland and a barren plain can hinge on the invisible movements of water far out at sea. Plants, animals, and people all feel the impact when the ocean's patterns change. For zebras, these distant oceanic shifts dictate the availability of food and water. Their migrations, their survival, and even their breeding cycles are tied to the rains that the ocean helps deliver. When the grass grows tall and waterholes fill, herds flourish. But when the rains fail, life becomes a struggle. The warming of a distant sea can determine whether a zebra foal survives its first rainy season. A single season of abundant rain can mean the difference between life and death for the youngest and most vulnerable. The fate of each new generation is written by the ocean, long before the first drops fall. The ocean's hidden hand guides their destiny from afar. Its influence is subtle but profound, shaping the world in ways we are only beginning to understand. These events are not random. They're part of a complex, interconnected global system. Every shift in the ocean's rhythm sends signals through the atmosphere, linking distant lands and diverse ecosystems in a delicate dance of cause and effect. The heartbeat of the ocean pulses through the African plains, connecting the fate of zebras, grasslands, and people to the vast, ever-changing sea. It may seem strange, but the Pacific's temperature can shape a zebra's fate in Africa. The link is the atmosphere, carrying ocean signals to the land. Warm oceans send moisture-laden air across continents, delivering or withholding rain. Patterns like the Indian Ocean dipole can bring drought or abundance to East Africa. This tug-of-war directly impacts the grasses zebras rely on. The dance between ocean, wind, and rain is the engine of life on the savanna. For zebras, their world is far larger than the plains. They're connected to the entire planet. The health of distant oceans shapes their habitat. Understanding this connection is crucial as climate becomes more unpredictable. El Niño is the most powerful oceanic event, casting a long shadow over Africa. During El Niño, rains fail, plunging southern and eastern Africa into drought. The warming Pacific disrupts atmospheric circulation, suppressing rainfall. Waterholes vanish, grasses wither, and ancient migration routes become barren. The rhythm of migration is broken. Survival becomes a desperate search. La Niña, El Niño's counterpart, can bring lush conditions, but sometimes too much rain, causing floods. Both extremes, driven by the same oceanic cycle, show how Africa's wildlife is tied to the Pacific's whims. The fate of the savanna is written in the waves. The zebra's struggle is a direct result of distant oceanic forces. For zebras, life is a chase for green grass that follows the rains. Their migration, social structure, and survival hinge on seasonal rainfall. When oceanic events disrupt this rhythm, chaos replaces predictability. Drought turns grass to straw and waterholes to dust, forcing zebras to travel farther for survival. The weakest, young, old, sick, are the first to fall. Predators exploit weakened herds, and waterholes become deadly traps. The rhythm of rain is replaced by the rhythm of ruin. Severe droughts can impact zebra health for years, affecting future generations. Ancient instincts are challenged by a climate that no longer follows the rules. The disruption of the rains is a disruption of life itself. The zebra's journey is a quest for green pastures, a timeless odyssey shaped by the invisible hand of the water cycle that begins far away in the vastness of the sea. Each year, as the sun draws moisture from the ocean, clouds gather and drift inland, promising life to the parched earth. For zebras, these distant oceanic rhythms are the silent drumbeat guiding their every step. In Botswana's Makadikgadi Pans, zebras embark on one of Africa's great migrations, traveling hundreds of kilometers across open plains. Their journey is precisely timed to the arrival of the rains, which transform the landscape from dust to emerald. The promise of fresh grass and water is what drives them onward, generation after generation. But when oceanic events disrupt the cycle and the rains fail to come, the signal to migrate is lost. The land remains dry, and the zebras wait in vain for the life-giving storms that never arrive. In these harsh years, zebras face a terrible choice: stay and risk starvation, or venture into barren lands in search of hope. The struggle for survival becomes a daily test as the herds grow weaker and the landscape offers little mercy. In bad years, migrations are delayed, altered, or collapse entirely. The ancient patterns that once guided the herds become uncertain, and the future of the migration hangs in the balance. To understand these changes, scientists track zebra movements with GPS technology, overlaying their paths with rainfall and sea temperature data. This high-tech approach reveals the intricate connections between distant oceans and the lives of animals on the African plains. The correlation is clear. When ocean conditions are stable, migrations follow predictable routes and timing. But when anomalies disrupt the system, chaos follows, and the delicate balance between climate and life is thrown into disarray. In this way, the zebra's journey becomes a living graph of global climate dynamics, their movements tracing the invisible patterns of weather and water that shape our world. Their survival is a direct reflection of the planet's shifting climate, a testament to both the resilience and vulnerability of life in a changing world. In every hoofbeat, the ocean's pulse can be felt, a powerful reminder that the fate of the zebras, and indeed all life, is intimately tied to the rhythms of our blue planet. Zebras follow ancient migratory paths, guided by generations of instinct. But as climate patterns shift, these routes no longer guarantee survival. Zebras are forced to explore new territories, facing unfamiliar dangers and obstacles. The pace of climate change outstrips their ability to adapt. Some herds now encounter human settlements, leading to conflict over resources. The challenge is immense, rewriting ancestral maps in real time. Their resilience is tested as they search for new paths in a changing world. The need to adapt is a challenge for both zebras and humans. The zebra's fate reveals a fundamental truth. Everything on Earth exists in a precarious balance. The savanna's web of life is underpinned by climate, and climate by the ocean. Disrupt one part, and the effects ripple throughout the ecosystem. More frequent and intense oceanic events threaten to unravel this balance. For zebras, this means longer droughts, harsher floods, and unpredictable seasons. The migration is a barometer for the health of the entire ecosystem. A collapse in zebra numbers would send shockwaves through the food web. Conservation requires protecting habitats and the global systems that sustain them. The health of the planet is indivisible. The survival of zebras is linked to choices we make as a global community. Watching the zebra migration is witnessing resilience and connection. Their journey is a reminder that we live on an interconnected planet. The ocean writes the story of rain, rain grows the grass, and grass fuels the migration. But now, those rhythms are changing, and the wisdom of the wild is being tested. The zebra's struggle is a warning. The balance we rely on is fragile. Protecting oceans and stabilizing climate ensures the thunder of hooves continues. The fate of zebras and oceans is one and the same. By understanding these connections, we can protect the magnificent web of life. When we think of Africa's wildlife, the Serengeti and Congo often come to mind. These iconic landscapes are celebrated for their vast herds and dense jungles, teeming with life. But tucked along West Africa's coast is Togo, a nation of surprising natural riches. Despite its small size, Togo boasts a variety of ecosystems that are both diverse and breathtaking. Togo's landscapes shift from humid lagoons to rolling savannas and misty mountains, each sheltering unique life. These varied habitats create a mosaic of environments where different species thrive. Its national parks, though small, are vital refuges for rare species, like the elusive forest elephant and the vibrant violet turaco. These parks are sanctuaries where wildlife can find safety and sustenance. Here, wildlife stories unfold quietly. A monkey foraging for food, a hippo defending its river territory, a pangolin emerging at dusk. Each moment is a glimpse into the delicate balance of nature. The Togo Mountains form a climatic barrier, nurturing rare plants and animals, while the North's savannas and the South's lagoons each host their own cast of characters. This diversity is a testament to Togo's unique geography. Exploring Togo's wild places means discovering hidden dramas and subtle connections between animals and their habitats. Every footprint and feather tells a story of survival and adaptation. These stories of resilience remind us that even in lesser-known corners, precious biodiversity endures, if we choose to see it. Togo's hidden Eden is a reminder of nature's enduring spirit and the importance of conservation. Deep in Fazal Malfakassa National Park, Togo's largest protected area, lies a world few have ever seen. A vast expanse of ancient forest, alive with mystery and wonder. Here, forest elephants roam in secret, moving quietly beneath the emerald canopy. Their presence felt more often than seen. Smaller and shyer than their savanna cousins, these elusive giants are perfectly adapted to life in the shadows. Their downward-pointing tusks help them navigate tangled undergrowth, while their compact size allows them to slip silently between the trees. As they feed on fruit and leaves, they become the forest's gardeners, dispersing seeds far and wide. In doing so, they shape the very ecosystem they inhabit, ensuring the forest's renewal and diversity for generations to come. Living in small, close-knit family groups led by a wise matriarch, these elephants communicate with deep, low rumbles that travel for miles through the dense trees, keeping the herd connected even when out of sight. But their future is uncertain. Poaching and habitat loss threaten their survival, fragmenting their once continuous home and isolating populations. Each year their forest grows smaller and the dangers grow greater. Park rangers work tirelessly to protect these gentle giants, patrolling vast areas on foot and by vehicle, monitoring elephant numbers, and risking their own safety to keep poachers at bay. The fate of Togo's forest elephants depends on preserving their shrinking kingdom. Without urgent action, these ancient forests and their remarkable inhabitants could vanish forever. Their survival is a testament to the importance of protecting even the most hidden wild places, reminding us that the future of these forests, and the elephants within them, rests in our hands. In the same forests as the elephants, the flamboyant red river hog thrives. Its vivid coat and tufted ears a striking sight. Despite their colors, these hogs are masters of stealth, emerging at dusk to forage in family groups called sounders. Their powerful snouts root through earth for roots, fruits, and insects, aerating the soil and supporting forest health. Red river hogs are wary and quick, yet playful. Piglets chase each other while adults wallow in mud to cool off and protect their skin. But habitat loss and hunting for bushmeat threaten their future, bringing them into conflict with humans. Protecting their forests is crucial, not just for the hogs, but for the balance of the entire ecosystem. By understanding these secretive animals, we appreciate the intricate web of life in Togo's forests. Togo's skies shimmer with over 650 bird species, from the mighty crowned eagle to tiny iridescent sunbirds. Each habitat, coastal mangroves, montane forests, wetlands, hosts its own vibrant community of birds. The violet turaco, with its deep purple and crimson plumage, is a symbol of healthy forests, its red underwings flashing through the canopy. Along rivers, the African fish eagle's piercing cry signals thriving aquatic life, while rare swallows nest behind waterfalls in the highlands. Even the undergrowth teems with shy, melodious robin chats and thrushes. Protecting this avian diversity means safeguarding the mosaic of habitats they depend on. Togo's birds are living jewels, each a vital thread in the country's natural tapestry. Their continued presence is a sign of hope for the nation's wild places. In Togo's southern lagoons and winding rivers, two remarkable giants share the water, each with their own unique story. The gentle West African manatee glides silently beneath the surface, a rare and mysterious presence in these lush waterways. Alongside them lives the bold hippopotamus, a creature as powerful as it is iconic. Manatees, often called sea cows, spend their days grazing on aquatic plants, helping to keep the waterways healthy and clear. Yet manatees are rarely seen. Sometimes all that betrays their presence is a gentle swirl of water or a shadow passing below. Occasionally, a pair of nostrils breaks the surface as they come up for air. These shy, often solitary animals are masters of staying hidden. Manatees communicate with subtle chirps and whistles underwater, a secret language few ever hear. But their peaceful lives are threatened by fishing nets, habitat loss, and the ever-present risk of illegal hunting. In stark contrast, hippos are anything but quiet. They are loud, social, and fiercely territorial, often making their presence known with grunts and splashes. Hippos spend their days submerged in pods, protecting each other and their stretch of river from intruders. At night, they leave the water to graze on land, traveling great distances in search of food. Their nightly journeys help fertilize both land and water, connecting ecosystems in surprising ways. But these same journeys can bring hippos into conflict with local farmers, as they sometimes feed on crops and disrupt livelihoods. Both manatees and hippos are vital to Togo's waterways, each shaping their environment in their own way. Protecting these aquatic giants means finding a balance between human needs and the survival of these remarkable animals. Their continued presence is a powerful reminder of the delicate coexistence required in Togo's wild places. The future of these species depends on our willingness to protect their watery world, ensuring that both manatees and hippos continue to thrive for generations to come. The Togo Mountains, with their cool, rain-soaked forests, are home to a lively cast of primates. Mona monkeys, with their striking coats and social groups, leap and chatter through the canopy, adapting to changing seasons and even human presence. Deeper in the forest, olive colobus monkeys specialize in eating tough leaves, their complex stomachs allowing them to thrive where others cannot. These monkeys' acrobatics and social bonds bring the forest to life, but their future is threatened by deforestation for agriculture. As forests shrink, monkey populations become isolated and vulnerable. Conservation efforts focus on protecting these montane forests and connecting isolated patches. The survival of Togo's primates is tied to the fate of their high-altitude sanctuaries. Preserving these forests means safeguarding a vital part of Togo's biodiversity. Beneath Togo's canopy and along its rivers, ancient reptiles endure. Crocodiles, chameleons, and royal pythons. Nile crocodiles, relics of the dinosaur age, bask on riverbanks but become swift hunters in water, keeping ecosystems in balance. Chameleons, masters of disguise, change color to communicate and blend in, their eyes moving independently to scan for food and danger. The royal python, revered in local culture, curls into a ball when threatened and hunts small mammals at night. These reptiles are vital predators and prey, their survival linked to healthy habitats and changing human attitudes. Protecting them means respecting their role in the web of life. Ancient survivors, they remind us of nature's resilience and its fragility. Their continued existence depends on our willingness to coexist and conserve. Togo's biodiversity faces mounting threats: deforestation, expanding agriculture, and the illegal wildlife trade. Habitat loss fragments animal populations while poaching for bushmeat and ivory empties forests of their most iconic species. Yet hope remains. The government and conservation groups are strengthening park management and involving local communities. Community-based conservation and ecotourism offer alternatives that benefit both people and wildlife. Education and awareness are key, teaching the value of Togo's natural heritage to inspire pride and stewardship. The battle for Togo's wildlife is at a crossroads, demanding both strong law enforcement and community engagement. With collective effort, a future where people and wildlife thrive together is still within reach. Togo's natural beauty is subtle but profound, its wildlife stories precious for being hidden. From manatees in lagoons to monkeys in the mountains, each species is a testament to adaptation and survival. These are not just Togolese treasures, but part of our shared global heritage. The challenges, poaching, habitat loss, conflict, are real, but hope lies in conservation efforts and community engagement. We must champion these efforts, providing resources and political will to protect Togo's wild places. Let's look closer, raise awareness, and foster respect for nature, so Togo's wildlife secrets are not lost. By acting now, we can ensure its forests, rivers, and savannas continue to shelter their remarkable inhabitants. The time to act is now, before these quiet wonders fade into silence. Malawi, the warm heart of Africa, is now celebrated not just for its people and lake, but for a stunning wildlife renaissance. Once overlooked and depleted, Malawi's wild places have been painstakingly restored, transforming into thriving sanctuaries. This is a story of hope, proof that nature, when given a chance, can rebound spectacularly. Our journey begins with the gentle lapping of Lake Malawi and the rustle of Miombo woodlands, where subtle beauty hides profound discoveries. Malawi's wildlife story is about rare, intimate encounters. Elephants in the Shire River, lions in Majete, orchids on the Nika Plateau. The transformation is one of Africa's great conservation triumphs, rooted in the partnership between people and nature. Communities have become guardians of their parks, understanding that their future is tied to the survival of elephants, lions, and rare birds. This model proves that even the most degraded ecosystems can be healed, benefiting both people and wildlife. As we explore, we'll witness scenes unimaginable a generation ago, testament to the resilience of both nature and human spirit. Malawi's story reminds us of the wild's capacity for recovery, inviting us to look closer and celebrate a nation that protects its natural heritage. Our journey begins at the Shire River, the lifeblood of Liwonde National Park, a lush paradise teeming with life. As the sun rises, hippos return to the water, their grunts echoing across the river, shaping the ecosystem with their movements. Elephants, now thriving thanks to conservation, gather at the riverbanks, matriarchs guiding their young, families bathing and dusting themselves. Observing their social bonds offers a moving glimpse into their intelligence and resilience. But Liwonde's magic lies in its diversity. Waterbuck graze the floodplains, sable antelope stand regal against the green, and Nile crocodiles bask ever watchful. As dusk falls, the park transforms, hyenas whoop in the distance, and jennets slink through the trees. Liwonde is a place of perpetual motion, where the river's rhythm dictates life. The park's health is a testament to what a thriving river system can support. It's a sanctuary that grows stronger each year, a jewel in Malawi's crown. Here, every visit reveals new wonders, from the largest mammals to the smallest hidden marvels. Liwonde stands as a living example of nature's resilience and the rewards of dedicated protection. Next, we travel to Majete Wildlife Reserve, a symbol of resurrection. By 2000, Majete was empty, its wildlife decimated by relentless poaching. In 2003, a partnership with African Parks sparked one of Africa's most ambitious restorations. Rangers were trained, anti-poaching patrols established, and the reserve secured. Elephants returned first, followed by black rhinos, and eventually leopards and lions. Each arrival a milestone in rebuilding the ecosystem. The return of predators signaled true recovery, restoring balance from antelope to apex hunters. Today, Majete is a thriving Big Five destination, a testament to vision and commitment. Visitors now see lions resting, rhino calves with their mothers, and leopards draped in trees. The reserve's mosaic of woodlands and rivers is once again alive with the creatures that belong there. Majete's miracle is more than a success story. It's a beacon of hope for restoration everywhere. It proves it's never too late to heal what's been lost. Majete stands as a living promise that with dedication, even the most damaged landscapes can thrive again. We ascend to the Nika Plateau, Malawi's largest park, a world of rolling grasslands and misty forests over 2,000 meters high. The air is crisp, the landscape ethereal, and the plateau is the source of rivers vital to both wildlife and people. Eland and zebra roam the hills, blending into the golden grasses, while roan antelope, with their striking masks, graze in herds. Predators are elusive here. Spotted hyenas dominate, but Nika is famed for its leopards, ghosts of the plateau, seen at dawn or dusk. Tracking a leopard here is a true safari challenge, rewarding patience with rare beauty. Nika is also a botanical wonderland. During the rains, wildflowers and over 200 orchid species burst into bloom. Montane forests hide blue monkeys and unique birds, adding to the plateau's rich diversity. This high-altitude sanctuary offers a tranquil, breathtaking side to Malawi's wildlife story. Tanganyika captures the imagination, revealing a different, serene face of wild Africa. It's a place where biodiversity thrives in harmony with the clouds. No journey through Malawi is complete without Lake Malawi, a vast inland sea, the Lake of Stars, and a cradle of evolution. Its clear waters host more fish species than any other lake, most famously the dazzling cichlids. Snorkeling here is like entering a living aquarium, surrounded by vibrant, ever-evolving life. Cichlids showcase adaptive radiation with over 800 species filling every niche. Some scrape algae, others hunt, and many are mouth brooders protecting their young in their mouths. Along the shores, African fish eagles swoop for prey, otters play among reeds, and monitor lizards patrol the banks. Traditional fishing villages dot the lake, their lives intertwined with its rhythms for generations. Protecting this aquatic wonder is a delicate balance between local needs and conservation. Lake Malawi National Park, a UNESCO site, safeguards this evolutionary marvel for the future. The lake's biodiversity is a global treasure, inspiring awe and responsibility. Here, the underwater world is as rich and vital as the land above. The health of Malawi's wild places is measured by the return of its top predators. Lions, once gone, now roar again in Majete and Liwonde, their prides re-establishing territories and hunting with precision. Leopards, masters of stealth, haunt rocky outcrops and forests, their presence a reward for the patient observer. Spotted hyenas, often misunderstood, are skilled hunters and vital scavengers, keeping the ecosystem clean and balanced. Smaller carnivores like servals and the endangered African wild dog have also made a comeback, showcasing the park's restored health. The return of this diverse predator guild is the final piece in Malawi's ecological puzzle. Their presence ensures dynamic balance and long-term resilience for the country's wild places. Malawi's predators are not just symbols, they are the heartbeat of restored wilderness. Their survival signals hope for the future of Africa's wildest landscapes. Beyond mammals, Malawi is a birdwatcher's paradise, with over 650 species across its varied habitats. From highland grasslands to riverine woodlands, every landscape offers a symphony of calls and flashes of color. Lilac-breasted rollers, giant eagle owls, and southern ground hornbills are just a few of the spectacular residents. Along rivers and lakes, African fish eagles, cormorants, and kingfishers thrive, while the elusive Pell's fishing owl haunts the night. The highlands host unique species like the wattled crane and bar-tailed trogon, while the rare Thiolo alethe hides in southern forests. Every walk is a treasure hunt, each rustle a potential avian jewel. Malawi's birdlife makes it a world-class destination for enthusiasts and casual visitors alike. Here, the skies and trees are alive with color and song, enriching every safari. Malawi's wildlife recovery is a triumph of conservation, driven by innovative partnerships and community involvement. Public-private models like those with African parks have brought expertise and resources to once struggling reserves. Well-trained rangers, modern technology, and robust fencing have secured parks and curbed poaching. But true success depends on local communities. Employment, sustainable enterprises, and revenue sharing ensure wildlife benefits people. Education programs foster a new generation of conservationists, linking healthy ecosystems to community well-being. This holistic approach, protection, partnership, and education, powers Malawi's conservation success. The future of people and wildlife here is inextricably linked. Malawi's model offers hope for conservation across Africa. As our journey ends, Malawi stands as a beacon of conservation success. Once empty parks now teem with life, the Big Five roam again, and endangered species have returned. Challenges remain: population growth, poaching, and climate change. But the foundations are strong. Community partnerships, effective management, and growing tourism provide a blueprint for the future. Every visitor and every safari supports this ongoing story of recovery. Malawi offers more than wildlife. It offers hope, showing that with vision and collaboration, we can heal our planet. Here, people and nature thrive together, creating a legacy for generations. The warm heart of Africa now beats as a heart of conservation, echoing hope from the highlands to the riverbanks. Along Norway's western edge, the coastline is carved by deep, narrow fjords, arms of the sea that slice between towering mountains. These fjords are not just inlets. They are ancient corridors shaped by nature's raw power, where sheer rock walls plunge into cold, deep waters. From above, the land appears shattered, a maze of water-filled cracks stretching far inland. Some, like Sonnefjord, reach over 200 kilometers, their depths plunging more than 1,000 meters. The air is crisp, the silence profound, broken only by seabirds or the gentle lapping of water. These fjords are vibrant ecosystems, teeming with life from plankton to marine mammals. Our journey takes us into this vertical kingdom to discover the creatures that call it home. To truly understand the breathtaking fjords of Norway, we must journey back in time. Far back to the last ice age, when much of Scandinavia was buried beneath a vast, unbroken sheet of ice. This was a world dominated by glaciers, where the landscape was shaped not by the gentle flow of rivers, but by the slow, relentless advance of frozen giants. These glaciers, immense rivers of ice stretching for miles, moved with incredible force. As they crept forward, they scraped and gouged the earth beneath them, grinding down mountains and carving out deep valleys. The sheer weight and movement of the ice transformed the land, leaving behind scars that would one day become some of the world's most dramatic landscapes. Unlike rivers, which tend to carve narrow, V-shaped valleys, glaciers cut much deeper and wider, creating the fjord's signature U-shape. These valleys often plunged far below what is now sea level, a testament to the immense power of glacial erosion. As the climate gradually warmed, the glaciers began to retreat, melting back and leaving behind vast, empty valleys. The rising seas then flooded these deep troughs, giving birth to the fjords, long, narrow inlets surrounded by towering cliffs and steep mountainsides. At the mouths of many fjords, you'll find a shallow sill or underwater ridge. These features mark the spots where glaciers, as they melted, deposited huge amounts of rock and debris, creating natural barriers that still influence the flow of water today. All along the fjords, you can see polished rock faces, their surfaces smoothed by the grinding action of ancient ice. Hanging valleys, smaller valleys perched high above the main fjord, are also visible, reminders of tributary glaciers that once joined the main flow. Today, waterfalls tumble from these high, hanging valleys, plunging down sheer cliffs into the deep blue waters below. These dramatic cascades are a living legacy of the glaciers that once ruled this land. The fjords are not just beautiful, they are living evidence of Earth's dynamic, ever-changing nature. Their vibrant landscapes, teeming with wildlife and explored by people from around the world, tell a story of transformation and resilience. Beneath the surface, the fjords plunge to incredible depths, their steep walls rising straight from the water. These shapes are a direct result of the relentless power of ice, which sculpted the land over thousands of years. Standing at the edge of a fjord, gazing out over the still waters and towering cliffs, we are reminded of the immense geological forces that shaped our world, and of nature's power to create beauty from even the harshest conditions. The fjord landscape is defined by dramatic cliffs that rise straight from the water, their sheer faces carved by ancient glaciers over thousands of years. These monumental walls of stone create a sense of awe and wonder, as if nature itself has sculpted a masterpiece on a grand scale. Some cliffs soar over 1,000 meters, dwarfing everything around them and casting long shadows across the water below. From above, the scale is even more impressive, with the cliffs forming a dramatic border between land and sea. Hardy forests of pine, spruce, and birch cling to the steep slopes, their vibrant green a striking contrast to the grey rock. These trees have adapted to the harsh conditions, their roots gripping tightly to the rocky ground, surviving wind, rain, and snow. In autumn, birch leaves turn gold, adding a burst of colour to the panorama and transforming the landscape into a tapestry of warm hues. The changing seasons bring new beauty to the fjords, each month painting the cliffs and forests in different shades. Water is ever present. Rain and snow feed countless endless streams that cascade down as waterfalls. After a heavy rain, the cliffs come alive with hundreds of silvery threads, each one a temporary waterfall tumbling toward the fjord below. Some waterfalls are delicate ribbons, tracing fine lines down the rock face, their gentle flow creating a soft, soothing sound that echoes through the valleys. Others, like the famous Seven Sisters, are thunderous torrents plunging hundreds of meters, sending up clouds of mist and filling the air with a powerful roar. These mighty falls are a testament to the raw energy of nature. The fjord water, colored deep blue or emerald green by glacial melt, is cold and still, reflecting the cliffs and sky like a perfect mirror. On calm days, the water's surface is so smooth it seems almost unreal, blurring the line between land and reflection. Glacial flour, fine particles of rock ground by ancient ice, remain suspended in the water, giving it a unique milky hue that shifts with the light and weather. Even in summer, the water remains icy, a mirror to the towering landscape and a reminder of the glaciers that shaped this region. The chill in the air and water is ever present, even on the sunniest days. This is a world of breathtaking symmetry and constant movement, where cliffs, forests, and waterfalls come together to create a landscape both timeless and ever-changing. The deep, nutrient-rich fjords of Norway are more than just breathtaking landscapes. They are the lifeblood of an extraordinary ecosystem. Here, icy blue waters carve through ancient mountains, creating a world teeming with life beneath the surface. These fjords serve as prime hunting grounds for orcas, also known as killer whales, who are among the ocean's most intelligent and skilled predators. Their striking black and white patterns are unmistakable as they glide through the water, surfacing for air or breaching in the shadow of snow-capped peaks. Despite their fearsome reputation, orcas are actually the largest members of the dolphin family. They live in close-knit pods, forming strong social bonds that last a lifetime. Each pod is like an extended family, working together to survive in these challenging northern waters. Every winter, vast shoals of herring migrate into the fjords, seeking shelter and food. This annual migration transforms the fjord into a bustling underwater metropolis, attracting orcas from miles around. The orcas are drawn in for the feast, using their intelligence and teamwork to hunt cooperatively. Each member of the pod plays a role in the hunt, communicating and coordinating with precision. They herd the herring into tight, swirling balls, a tactic that makes it easier to catch their prey. With powerful tail slaps, orcas stun the fish, leaving them momentarily helpless, a remarkable hunting strategy known as carousel feeding. This technique showcases the orcas' intelligence and adaptability as they refine their methods with each generation. Each pod even has its own dialect, communicating with a unique series of clicks and whistles as they hunt and navigate the fjord. At the heart of every pod is the matriarch, whose experience and knowledge are vital for the group's survival. She leads the way, guiding her family through the ever-changing fjord. Strong family bonds ensure that knowledge, like hunting techniques and migration routes, is passed down from one generation to the next. Young orcas learn by watching and imitating their elders, gradually mastering the skills they'll need to thrive in these cold, demanding waters. To survive, orcas must hunt almost constantly, maintaining their energy in the frigid blue depths of the fjord. Their presence is a sign of a healthy ecosystem. But if the herring population declines, the orcas are forced to move on, searching for new hunting grounds and leaving the fjord quieter in their absence. The fate of these magnificent orcas is inseparable from the health of the entire fjord, reminding us how deeply all life here is connected. The fjord cliffs are home to bustling colonies of Atlantic puffins, with their colorful beaks and comical stance. Puffins spend most of their lives at sea, returning each spring to nest in burrows atop the cliffs. Above them soars the white-tailed sea eagle, one of Europe's largest birds of prey, now thriving in Norway after near extinction. Eagles build massive nests on cliffs or tall trees, their cries echoing across the fjords. Masters of fishing, they swoop to snatch fish from the water, but also prey on seabirds and scavenge when needed. The dynamic between eagle and puffin is a classic predator-prey balance, vital to the ecosystem. Both species are signs of a healthy, thriving fjord environment. High on the mountain plateaus above the fjords roam reindeer, perfectly adapted to harsh northern life. Their thick coats insulate against biting winds, and broad hooves act as snowshoes and digging tools. Both males and females grow antlers, used for defense and foraging. In summer, reindeer graze on grasses and herbs. In winter, they dig for lichens beneath the snow. These nomadic animals migrate vast distances, following ancient routes between seasonal grazing grounds. For the indigenous Sami people, reindeer are central to culture and survival, a bond stretching back millennia. The reindeer's resilience is a testament to life's ability to thrive in the Arctic. The fjords are shaped by the rhythm of the seasons, each bringing dramatic change. Winter cloaks the land in snow and silence. Waterfalls freeze, and daylight fades. Wildlife must adapt. Reindeer dig for food. Birds migrate south. Spring brings melting snow, roaring waterfalls, and a burst of new life as forests and valleys awaken. Summer's long days and midnight sun create lush landscapes and thriving fjord waters. Young animals are raised, and the ecosystem flourishes in the brief northern warmth. Autumn transforms the land with gold and red as animals prepare for winter and herring return, drawing orcas. The cycle of seasons is the essence of the fjords, a reminder of nature's enduring rhythms. Each season brings renewal, challenge, and beauty. The fjords are a living testament to constant change. For centuries, people have lived alongside the fjords, their lives shaped by this dramatic landscape. The fjords served as natural highways, connecting isolated communities and supporting fishing and farming. Today, visitors come from around the world to experience the fjord's beauty, hiking, kayaking, and marveling at the scenery. Responsible tourism now sustains local economies while fostering respect for nature. The Norwegian idea of friluftsliv, open-air living, reflects a deep cultural bond with the outdoors. Coexistence here means enjoying the fjords while protecting their fragile ecosystems. The human story is one of adaptation and admiration, living in harmony with nature's grandeur. The Norwegian fjords are a fragile natural heritage, home to unique ecosystems and remarkable wildlife. Climate change threatens this balance. Rising sea temperatures and melting glaciers disrupt the food web and alter the landscape. Pollution from distant sources and increased tourism poses risks to water quality and wildlife. Protecting the fjords requires global and local action to reduce our impact and preserve these pristine waters. The fjords are a living museum of ice and time, a source of wonder and inspiration. It is our responsibility to act as guardians, ensuring these vertical kingdoms endure for generations. The future of the fjords is in our hands. We must not fail them.